All right, it is day 2, Sonic Temple Art and Music Fest. You guys take the stage tonight at 7:30.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So ready.
This is Atreyu. And you are?
Brandon.
Brandon?
And I'm Dan.
Brandon and Dan from Atreyu. So let's talk about your album. Let's talk about your music. Let's talk about becoming a drummer or being a drummer and becoming the lead singer and all of those things.
All cool things to talk about.
All good things to
Yeah.
talk about. And then I'm going to ask you weird stuff about underwear and what you like in your fruit bowl
You're
and
positive
stuff like
you don't
that.
want to
Or
do
what
that
we
first.
like in our underwear.
Yeah.
Yes. So do you wear underwear?
I do. Yeah.
Are you boxer brief?
I'm a boxer brief.
Boxer brief?
Tying them two together.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, boxer
Yeah,
brief.
Same.
Oh,
We,
and?
we couldn't decide on one, so we just the boxer brief is a nice, covers all grounds.
Wait, is the boxer and the brief the same thing?
No, it's like a
It's like a
boxer's
tight
too
boxer.
much. You gotta,
Oh.
It's a fitted boxer, as opposed to
Yeah.
boxers are like boxer shorts. You know?
Boxer
A little
shorts.
bit loose.
Yeah,
Boxer
and your
brief's a
stuff
little more
hangs
fitted.
around down
You
there.
can't do
Yeah,
that.
and
That's
box-
irresponsible.
Boxers are more for like sagging. If you want to like sag and have your butt hanging out a little bit, like
Oh.
more '90s vibes.
Which
that-
let me tell you,
that's
I don't. I don't want to sag.
Brandon and Dan and I are talking about boxer briefs and underwears. I don't wear them, so that's why I always have to ask about underwear. Because
You don't wear boxer briefs, is what you're saying.
no, none of the above.
No underwear free.
So now that we've talked about that,
Most importantly.
yeah, well, also that, but so talk to me a little bit about like what has been happening in your last year, besides the fact that you've switched a position and all those things, but just tell me what's been happening with this new music. Like Gone is amazing.
Thank you.
You guys put on a great show. I'm just talking.
Sure.
You guys put on a great show at Kemba Live a few years ago, and you're here now with this record and all that. What's
Yeah.
been happening?
I feel like we kind of took a different approach to this last release, and just for the kind of main reason of why the fuck not, just try some different methods and try to keep people's attention spans a little bit. And so we put out a kind of a series of EPs that led into an album, and it was funny because it would almost seem like we kind of front-loaded most of the work. You know, we did most of the touring and all this stuff kind of while the EPs were coming out. Now the album's out, and it's been kind of nice to just like live in it and do some of these really cool festivals and just kind of have a little bit more relaxed kind of way that we're doing things, because we kind of put in all the work before it all came out, you know, and it was nice to have new music for, you know, a year plus coming out every few months and new songs. And we've been very fortunate with something like Gone, where like that's a song we really believed in, and we were really the catalyst of like making sure that was the one that went to radio, and that was our best charting single in 15 years. So it's like it's all been panning out nicely.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you guys create something that you did with this album and you've had a chance to live with it for a little bit and then you deliver it to people, it's almost like you've given them something that you're sharing with them, and now it's as much theirs as it is yours.
Yeah.
When you give songs to people like me, is it rewarding or is it scary for you?
It's
a little
it's kinda,
both.
I think it's strange because once you put something out, like for us, like once it's out, you're almost kind of like, well,
not
what's
ours
next?
anymore.
Yeah, it's like it's not yours. You just put it out there, and it's like, well, now you guys do what you want with it. We have to come up with something else now, and like now we're already excited about the next thing. And in general, when you write music, when you do release it, when it was written and when it gets released, sometimes it's so far apart. I mean, there could be a year in between writing it, recording it, and actually releasing it. So by the time it comes out, for us, we're like, man, this is old. I've been listening to this song. I'm already over this song, you know?
It's fun though, but, like having that same situation where, like you said, this record's been done, but we've released it over the last year and a half. So to like kind of add in a new song to the set or something that we're like in our heads, like we've been kicking this can down the road for a while, but for a lot of people, it's like, oh, it's the first time they just heard it for the first time 2 weeks ago. This is the first time seeing it live, so it's like this new energy kind of constantly. But it's been awesome. Like I think it was a really fun kind of experiment and has allowed this whole cycle to be a lot more exciting.
When you put out the new music and then you get ready to celebrate a 20-year anniversary of a record, where's your mind at in between those? You know, with the curse and stuff, it's like, you know, where are you at? Like, you're like, shit, we've been around this long? This is wild.
It does, like people
A lot of
don't
stretching.
You know,
a
people
lot of
don't
just trying to.
Yeah. You know, people don't like to be reminded of how old they are.
I know,
You can't
trust
avoid
me.
it in this business.
Yeah.
It's cool though. I mean, for us, it's like we've been really lucky to have a lot of like big wins in our career. The Curse was, I think, our first big win as a band, and it was like our first like
Put us on the map.
put us on the map. So it's like you want to pay respect to that, and you want to like do something cool for fans, and it's like it gives you that opportunity to kind of reinvigorate people in the band, and kind of like a lot of people are really fair weather with music. They're not everyone's a diehard. So it's like those people that are like, oh man, I haven't been to a Atreyu show in a decade, but I'll go to that Curse show, and oh fuck, I forgot how much I love this band. It's like it's cool for everyone involved. And it's fun for us to kind of like mentally go back to that place, You're
going to be celebrating that. You've got like some special stuff happening with that.
Yeah, we put a show, anniversary show in Orange County. I think it just went on sale today.
Yeah, officially. Yeah, it's almost sold out already, which is insane.
I'm not surprised.
It's great though. It's funny because it's like an Orange County like reunion show. It's us playing The Curse. It's legendary Orange County band called 18 Visions playing their anniversary of their album Obsession, and then it's one of our favorite bands growing up, Death by Stereo, playing their first album.
Also Orange County.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah,
a show like this hasn't happened in Orange County in 20 years. So definitely a special.
Super exciting.
So we talked about your underwear. Now, if you go to dinner and you order dessert, what do you order for dessert?
Depends on what's on the menu.
Yeah, it depends on if you're at like an Italian restaurant or a steakhouse or something. But
I love like a good like a carrot cake or something.
Yeah, carrot cake.
Sometimes if the meal is a bit much, maybe you just want like a little some ice cream or something, like a little sorbet. Yeah, something nice and light.
I'm more of a dinner drink kind of guy. I like a nice port wine or a nice
beverage,
Madeira wine or something.
Oh, very nice.
If you really want to go, it's funny because I'll get a coffee at dessert kind of guy. Because I usually kind of need that pick-me-up because dinner's just fucking obliterated you.
Yeah, and you just ate until you're about to pass out and go into a coma. Yeah.
But now you've moved on, connecting with the cocktail theme, I moved on to the espresso martini. You end the evening with the espresso martini so that you can go move on to the next step after dinner.
Oh, I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
Very nice. Now, when you guys get ready to go on tour and you have to put a set list together, say like a festival, compared to when you headline a show or you play maybe like a round of 3 or 4 bands and you're traveling. Let's say you're at a festival compared to that. How do you create your set list? Because your time is different, right?
Yeah.
You're only allowed a certain amount of time, especially at festivals. How do you pick the nuggets?
Analytics.
Analytics help a lot. I mean, things like Spotify and stuff, you can go on there and literally see what songs stream the most, which ones statistically people like the most.
Okay.
And if you have to look at it, it's like we're playing to a lot of people that know who we are and potentially a lot of people that don't know who we are. They're seeing us for the first time. We're just like, oh, I'll check out whoever this band is.
Yeah.
And we want to put our best foot forward. We want to give them what statistically people are that like the most about our band.
Yeah.
If it's something where it's a situation where we're playing outside of a festival and it's our own thing, then we can get a little bit more adventurous because those are people that are 100% there to see us.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, we want to make sure that we're scratching all the itches. We're playing some old, we're playing some new, but they're all the heavy hitters.
Yeah. Play the Atreyu hits.
Exactly.
Kind of like that. You guys just harmonized when you said exactly. Did you catch that?
Exactly.
Exactly. Oh my God, I'm going to... Never mind.
Interview's over.
Okay, so it's a bit older, and I hate to bring up Howard Stern because we're, terrestrial radio, but did you guys see the Howard Stern movie?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember the part when the girl sits on the amplifier?
We were teenage boys, and
how
do we forget that?
I watched that when it was happening back then.
Yeah, you did.
On the, I can't remember the name of it. It starts with an S. That's okay.
Yeah.
But
Howard!
Yeah, that's the best part of that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Every teenage boy watched that every time it came on because of that scene.
Oh, yeah.
So we've talked about underwear, we've talked about dessert, we've also talked about your music and your set list. Talk a little bit with me about what inspires your writing, and I don't want it to be like that thing where it's like, well, I was inspired by Jimi Hendrix or I was inspired by blah, blah. But from day to day, when you're in and out of a day, you wake up in the morning, you shower, you brush your teeth, maybe you turn on the news or you turn on Monk or some dumb show, and then you're out amongst people. What is the inspiration for what you decide to put into a song?
I feel like a lot of ours, don't get me wrong, I think we're definitely a band who has a million voice notes on our phone and riff ideas and things like that. But I feel like the lion's share of our music sort of just kind of appears out of thin air. Like we were just in Tokyo for a week writing music with a friend of ours who was producing our album. And literally, he has this little thing that you talk into, and it loops a thing, loops whatever you put into it, and it made this beeping sound, and it was like, and he went and slowed it down, and it went from and we're like, that's a cool tempo. What is that? And we started writing a riff and a song around that. So I think a lot of times, our best songs just sort of fall in our lap.
Yeah, we had another song that we started off of, the movie Zoolander.
Yes, of course.
There's a moment where he goes, "What is this? A center for ants." A center for ants, and we had the joke. It was center for ants, 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 and we built a beat around that and built an entire song off that.
That is amazing. That's so good to know.
Just trying to have fun with it, and I think it's really important to kind of not make rules for yourself or put yourself into some box. The song has to be like this, or we need to have that. It's just whatever feels good, just go for it, and just let the creativity guide you where it's got to go.
Nobody puts Atreyu in the corner or a box.
You fucking better not.
Motherfuckers.
It's funny, a lot of times, too, we'll end up writing songs and you think it's about something, and then, the next day you're like, this isn't about this, it's about this. But in the time, you're just kind of going. I feel like you just kind of have to open your brain up and let whatever's going to happen, and that's how we always roll.
Yeah.
Do you approach your videos kind of like that?
No, we get high or drunk and think of the most ridiculous shit we can, and then somehow no one says no.
Yeah, for years we were always kind of very serious about all our videos and just trying to, be this cool band. And we realized we're not really that cool. We're kind of a bunch of goofballs.
Yeah.
And that's who we are really as people. Why don't we just put that into our music videos, at least on this record cycle, and everything has just been, oh, I have this so stupid idea. We should do this. It's yes, we should do this.
You guys all got murdered, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, we got put on fire. One of our more recent videos, I'm like, guys, I got this idea for Come Down. We're all these giant birds, right? And we're just flying around shitting on people.
We're like,
but
yes.
But it's human-sized bird shit. And everyone's like, cool. I'm like, really? It's cool. And then we made it. I don't know how it came to be, but it did happen.
It came.
The whole Catch on Fire thing was I couldn't stop watching. I was staring. I go, oh, last man standing. Oh.
Yeah, only one dude didn't get it out. Hi. Point North. The buddies.
Point North.
So, okay, talk to me also. I say this a lot. Talk to me about this. Because my mom used to do it. Talk to me, Ronni, about blah, blah, blah. Talk to me about the people that you tour with and how you prank each other, because I always feel like that is key to keeping your shit together on tour, because you can get so annoyed with your tour mates sometimes, not just members of your band, but other people you have to fucking hit stages with on a tour.
I feel like we don't anymore.
We've had
it. We've been hit too hard.
We got
we have trauma. Under Oath gave us trauma.
Yeah, on our first headlining tour ever. This is 2003. We were touring. Under Oath was opening the tour, surprisingly, at the time. They've grown substantially since then. But we were on tour with them, and we decided to start this kind of van war. We were both touring in vans at the time. And our last move that we did to them on the last day is that at the time they were very Christian-based, very religious band. And we thought it would be really funny to put 50-plus porn all over their van, anal lube,
big blow-up dicks.
Big blow-up dick on top. Anything we could do that would just make them be like, oh my God, this is making us so uncomfortable. So then they one-upped us by when we went on stage, they came out and they put rotten meat and Vaseline,
ketchup, mustard, mayo,
feces.
Shit. We found bags of human shit in our van for months.
Oh
it was
my God,
disgusting.
that's
It was
horrible.
disgusting.
They literally ruined our van.
Yeah.
Your prank was funny. That is not good. You needed.
They came at us with the wrath of
You
God.
needed
We
biohazard
messed
tape.
with the Lord, and the Lord,
the Lord
giveth back in a very.
Came with powerful thunder.
To this day, though, we're like, nah, we don't do pranks anymore. We don't get fucking destroyed again.
We had, what's ironic is it's always some sort of religious thing that we end up joking around with. Where we had one, we were on tour with So They Say, Haste the Day, It Dies Today. It was the weirdest combination of bands.
Haste the Day, though, was a Christian band.
And they do this kind of religious speech before their last song every day.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's fine, whatever. That's just their thing. So the very last day we had one of our best friends who was touring with us at the time, who kind of had a very Jesus.
He looked like Jesus.
He had long hair and a long beard and everything. We had him dress up as Jesus, and we gave him a mic. So when he started doing the speech, he went, "I'm here, but I'm here." And he came out. He had a thing of bread. He was ripping bread and tossing bread to people.
Yeah.
And then stage dive. And they were completely taken back by it. I don't think they liked it, to be honest.
Oh
But
no, they laughed. They thought it was funny.
Yeah.
That's
they were
hilarious. Part
yeah.
the Red Sea.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here. He's
I have
here.
returned.
What?
I think you need to bring the pranks back. I think you definitely
we'll see.
do.
Yeah, we'll see. It just depends. It depends. Sometimes it's necessary.
That is a thing. Okay, so underwear, dessert, pranks, music, videos. Talk about tonight. What are we going to see tonight on stage? Because you guys play at 7:30. That's
7:30.
kind of around dusk on the Sanctuary stage.
You get to see a super duper highway sex on stage.
on stage.
Live naked men. Live naked men.
Yeah, we're gonna
Naked?
we're gonna get out there.
Yeah.
In our heads, we're naked. That's how
Yeah.
you play a good show. You imagine yourself naked.
You're just-
because then you know everyone that's watching is enjoying themselves.
That's right. Especially me.
Yeah, but no, we're gonna fuck shit up. I feel like festivals are our kind of bread and butter. Like
Yeah.
we're a band that I think was kind of cut out for this kind of thing, and our energy on stage is very lighthearted, very fun, and we fucking thoroughly enjoy playing these shows. So I think people can see that, and we've always had such a good time at festivals. Period. So
Yeah. Love me a good
The
fest.
party comes back at you in a big way when you're up on that stage.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten hiccups while you were performing?
no, that'd be awful.
Hiccups. No, not hiccups. No.
You ever have a hiccup? Yeah.
I don't think so, no.
Dan usually has to pee, but
I had to pee sometimes really bad. Like if I have to be careful when I'm drinking alcohol before going on stage, depending on what it is and how long the set is.
Oh, right.
Because as I've gotten older, the bladder
Has to pee in
can't
a trash
last
can.
an hour and a half. Yeah, sometimes in mid-set I have to go pee in a trash can or something. Cause I
Dan
just
usually
Pour
has
water on
a pee
yourself and
trash
let
can.
it rip.
Yeah, or we're doing an encore. It's like last song done. I'm like, guys, I gotta pee, and I'll run to the dressing room.
They're gonna stop cheering. Get
Yeah, like,
back out
Dan,
here.
hurry up! I'm like, I'm trying. It's the longest pee of my life. I
Yeah.
can't stop. I can't cut it off. It's
Yeah,
dangerous.
it's dangerous.
I have enjoyed my moments with you today.
Oh, thank you.
Oh
Likewise.
my God, this was
Likewise.
my most fun interview today
Yes,
and
we
this
did
whole
it.
fucking week.
Hell
Because
yeah.
we talked about all the stuff that fucking matters.
Yeah,
That's right.
Especially the desserts.
Chocolate and desserts
Port
and
wines.
port wines and underwear or
Yeah.
lack
Playing
thereof.
naked.
On you.
Playing
All of
naked.
it.
Bricked up.
Yeah. We're bricked up behind these guitars.
Bricked up.
Yeah.
Now, you did happen to mention that you were recording new music. Can you share some information about any of the up and coming, what we got going on?
There's so much coming.
Oh
like
man,
it's,
there's stuff I even forgot about that
Yeah,
I realized
we
like,
have-
it's coming out.
I don't think that if you're a fan of Atreyu, you're not going to see what's coming next, and then beyond that, you're going to be even more shocked. So just stay tuned, and you'll have a good time.
Am I feeling collaboration?
We're doing a reggae record with 311.
Again.
I
Again.
think that's
Yeah.
nice. They're on
Again.
the show.
Ja
So
Atreyu is
Ja
the
Atreyu is what
project.
it's
It's called Ja Atreyu.
I
Yeah.
will keep my ears open for it. I
Yeah.
really like that.
Yeah.
Sonny from POD has a reggae album coming out, a solo.
Sick.
That's
I
tight.
gotta get that
Dan
shit.
loves
I'm
reggae a lot.
Yeah,
excited
we're
about
actually
it.
featured on a reggae song.
Aurora
Brandon and I.
Wave, yeah.
Aurora Wave, yeah. Nathan.
Shout out Nathan, dude.
Yeah.
This dude we found during COVID, like he was doing all these reggae covers of like emo and hardcore songs.
Yeah.
He did one of ours, and we kind of just chatted him up. And then he has a new project called Aurora Wave. They sent over a song, and me and Dan both actually feature on it.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Is
It's
it
awesome.
out?
It's
there?
out. Yeah, it's on
Oh.
Spotify everywhere. It
It's
sounds
called
incredible.
It's called Inferno.
Inferno. Yeah.
I'll look that shit up right
Yeah.
after we are done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be done.
Yeah.
I can
You know?
sit and chat with you all
We
day.
can talk forever.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you know this, but there's a caricature guy over here, and I got a caricature done, and I go,
Oh.
holy shit, my caricature, I look like my grandmother.
Well, that's not
I
nice
feel
of him.
like I look like a grandma
Oh.
today.
You know
in
what
my
though? No one
caricature.
ever gets a caricature, and they're like, "That's great."
I look awesome in
It's always
this.
like pick out the worst in people, and you're like, "Yeah, and fuck you up."
Yeah, they just focus on like your mole and they make it extra big.
I
And
feel
like,
like
why would you do this
I
to
feel
me?
like caricature artists all have just like deep rooted like bully trauma, and they're like, "Well, I'm gonna fuck all you up."
Yeah, I'm going to make a really cute cartoon of you, but I'm going to make you feel so shitty.
Exactly.
about
Yeah.
yourself.
yeah.
I walked
not
over to
fun.
Monica and I go, I do have a double chin. And she's like, it's the caricature. Don't worry about
We have
it.
a really great character of me, you, and Porter, our bass player.
Oh my God,
in
yes.
Canada, and we had them draw us in speedos, and we're like eating ice cream cones. It's divine.
So this guy had on display these different characters of he's done, so you can kind of see like what he can do.
Yeah.
And there was one that was just so flamboyant and wild. We're like, man, we need one of those of us.
We're
And
like,
it's
can you
us,
draw us like this?
Like
It's
leopard
yeah.
speedos, like grabbing each other's crotches, licking ice cream seductively.
Yeah.
I have it framed on my wall somewhere at home.
It needs to
so
be an
good.
album cover.
It probably will. Yeah, it
should be.
probably will.
I mean, you remember the Grand Funk Railroad album cover, right? From many moons ago. They were naked, and they had things like a guitar just covering.
Just enough. Yeah.
But they were naked. I remember I was a kid, and my brother had it, and my mom came downstairs, and I'm staring at it, and she's like, all right, just talk to me. Why do you have that? And I
Because
go,
they're naked, Mom.
they're naked, and it's Randy's. It's not mine.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Randy's getting his ass beat, and I'm like, "Boo," and I continue to stare. But that should be an album cover for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That caricature.
Red Hot Chili Pepper vibes with just
Exactly.
socks on our cocks.
Socks.
Socks on Cox. That's actually the name of our new album.
Socks on
Is
Cox.
it real? You
Yeah.
heard it here first.
Yeah,
Socks on
Socks on
Cox.
Cox.
Atreyu's next album coming soon. See, coming
Pun
soon.
intended. I
Crochet-
like that. Hey.
Crochet crotches.
Yeah.
Come on now.
7:30 Sanctuary Stage, Atreyu. Brandon and Dan, thank you very much for your time. I
Thank you.
appreciate you. And we'll get
Absolutely.
together and have some dessert wine and some
Ooh la la.
Some carrot cake.
carrot cake.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Day 2, Sonic Temple Art and Music Fest with your rock station, 99.7 The Blitz.
Au revoir.